So we've got a little surprise for Steven Crowder. So let's all enjoy the debate.
I'm really glad to have my next guest on the show. And I've always said this, I always respect people who enter into the arena. And, we've had a lot of debates on this show, which is different from like a Change My Mind where we sit down and have conversations. But my old Brazilian jiu-jitsu coach always said, if you come a switch, we go switch. You go spicy, we're going to do a little spicy. So we always try and keep it as respectful as possible. And I really do appreciate the guy making the time because a lot of people has a huge YouTube channel, several YouTube channels, one of the OGs. A lot of people watch him. You know him. Some of you like him. Some of you don't. Same can be said for me. Ethan Klein from H3H3. Ethan, thanks, man, for making the time.
You're very welcome. And I just want to say, I know you called me. You said that I would be a layup.
I think I used something like that.
And I think you're right because I don't think I'm a very good debater. I think you know that. So I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
Dan,
what we were going to talk about is the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe. And we talked about this through playful ribbing and an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices to make an informed and rational decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Steven, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Seder! What a fucking nightmare! You, I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave. Remember I told you? I said this is. I guarantee you, he's going to do anything he can to avoid the debate.
Well, I just think he believes that he should debate you.
No, he doesn't. He just takes advantage of women with mental health issues.
Steven,
Ethan Klein doesn't stand up and do his own fighting.
I gotta say.
It's just hilarious. Let's bring on FM.
You would do anything to avoid talking to me. I think the point that you made at the beginning of
Joe
this
Rogan.
was,
Joe Rogan and Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson and Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris. Everyone's been avoiding.
And not just attempting to get your audience by jumping in.
Well, I debated with Charlie Kirk. Steven, I mean, it's about issues. Let's talk about those issues.
That's what you're doing here.
Valid points.
You're so clever. I had no idea that you were taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts eyes.
I wish everything.
You take those off with a velveteen buttons.
We must have been very worried about this, Steven. I don't know why.
No one's worried about it.
So
I didn't want to do it.
Let's have the debate.
Come on. I'll tell you what. I have a general.
This is a great opportunity.
I don't start a debate based with people on a lie. And how about you get
sabotaging?
How about you get
Steven, show yourself, you coward. Steven, show yourself. Don't show your co-host.
Ethan, you should show yourself.
Ethan, how can you respect yourself as a man, brother?
Steven, you are such a coward. Stop showing your little leprechaun co-host who comes out dressed like your sidekick.
Come on, Ethan, why do you have to bring on a
show
guy who has 30th of the viewership?
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. So you have a guy with less viewers to come on to debate him because you can't?
Well, obviously, if I'm a layup and not a debater.
Well, look, you're the one who called. You're the one who got
started. The one that got angry about it.
Show Steven. Don't be such a coward.
All right, hold on. Let me hear what Pigpen has to say here really quick.
Fair enough.
Show
but
Steven.
Ethan, look, I don't. Hold on a second, Ethan. This is because initially I came on here to talk with Ethan. Ethan, come on, man. Look, the same reason that I haven't ever had a conversation with Sam Seder is the same reason that Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, Brett Weinstein, Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro don't owe him anything. It's based on a lie, Ethan. Just like you claiming my Ethan.
What's the lie?
You claiming my booker reached out to you, Ethan, when you know that's not true. There's no one ducking you, Sam.
I've never afraid.
Sam,
listen, I think you're a smart guy.
I can call out Mike Tyson.
I don't understand why
it doesn't mean that I'm ducking him.
You are so worried about this.
Why do you feel that anyone owes you airtime when you have a 40th of the audience and you've been doing the show?
I don't think anybody owes me airtime. I think that Ethan has just given it to me. I didn't ask him for it, and so
you've been begging for it for a long time with everyone bigger than yourself.
Why are you so worried about engaging with me?
And so what happens is he uploads 15 15 times more,
do you think
has
your
less than a
audience
50th of the
says-
audience.
Well, that's
Do
why
you
he wants to
think that your
debate you, is so he
audience-
can build his.
Sam,
Do you
Sam,
think
come on.
your audience
Yeah,
cares
yeah.
that I only have 1 million subscribers and you have what, 6 or 7 million
I think.
subscribers?
Let me answer. Can I
don't
answer your
think
question?
they
Can I
do.
answer your question? Can I answer your question? Do
Sure.
you want me to answer your question? My audience would say Sam who? Just like Joe Rogan's audience and Ben
Well, now
Shapiro's
they
and
all
Dave
know
Rubin.
who I am.
Now they
You
all know
just
who you
introduced
are
me.
because you had to
Your
shoehorn
audience
yourself into
watches
another coward
yourself
show.
into
College
another
students,
show.
every day that you do that,
Why are
change
we-
my
Hold
mind.
on a second. Hold on
they
a second.
don't know who those college
This is another
students
lie.
are.
This is another lie.
What possible
Let
difference
me
would it be?
clarify, Sam. Let me clarify, Sam. The change my mind, everyone knows on the show, right?
Yes.
We've had
How did
professors
you know
on the.
I ended
This is
my
what-
show
okay, he's not
early
gonna talk.
last week, Stephen? If your audience
Because
doesn't even
you're
know
an
me,
idiot,
how
and
did you
half of
know
your
that?
staff
Do
doesn't
you watch
like
my
you.
show?
Because I'm a diehard fan.
Yes, it's because he's a diehard
Well,
fan.
if you're a
I've heard
diehard
of you,
fan,
but I just
why-
met you.
why not
Congratulations,
have me
Sam Cedar's fan.
and Stephen
I'm just
have
a
a
huge
conversation?
fan.
I will
like-
talk
right now,
about
every
the
time I
issues
try and
that
talk,
you
you're
want to talk
interrupting,
about,
Sam.
Stephen.
Yeah, and
Right
Anytime
now,
there's
I'm trying to talk with you. You're interrupting,
You
Sam.
bombarded the show.
Okay,
You
go ahead.
bombarded my show under a false pretense. You claimed
Bombarded?
just like you claimed that I ducked a debate with you under a false pretense. Have I ever?
That is what the Politicon people told me.
Oh,
I
is that
played
what they
the
told you?
audio
Well,
of
so
it.
you're just lazy
Yeah.
with your research?
And if
No,
big tech
what
is,
more
You continue
research
with the
do I
lie.
need? They
You need
said
to
you were
research to say,
booked.
did Stephen ever accept?
They said you were
Let me
booked.
explain to you. Let me explain
They
to you.
said
Let me
you were
explain to you.
booked
Hey,
and that you
whoa,
dropped
Sam,
out and you literally
Sam,
cold
sweetheart.
feet.
Sam, fake stand-up comic who we can't find any footage about online. Let
I'm
me
not
finish.
a stand-up comic.
Oh, you're not? Okay, that makes sense because everything that I've seen is incredibly unfunny and unentertaining,
Well,
which may
I'm
explain
not
the
a
audience.
stand-up
Ironic,
comic.
irony alert, Stephen.
How
Comedian.
much have you watched of my stuff,
The
Stephen, that
irony
you
of-
think
Sam,
that your
can I
audience
answer your
wouldn't
question?
appreciate
Sam,
our discussing things?
Samuel, can I answer your question?
Yes.
So you have gone on, you've done the same thing with other comments. Everyone has a bigger audience than you because you said, I want to speak with Steven Crowder. You believe that at some point there was some acceptance? When have I ever done a Politicon? Ever?
I
When
don't
have as a
know.
matter of fact,
I
in the
haven't
last
followed your
decade,
career like
in
you
the
seem to
last
have followed
decade,
mine, Stephen.
in the last decade, I haven't done a single political conference.
How
I
can
hosted
you say-
CPAC for 4 years and stopped because they suck.
How can
They
you
don't
say-
pay
Okay.
and they're full of losers.
What about
and you've been
Gavin McInnes's
clamoring
show?
for it, and it's a
Gavin told
lie.
me that you dropped out of doing
How
his
can you
show
say
because
that
This is
I was
just
going
hearsay
to
and
go-
gossip.
But how can
I
he
have
say
I've never
that
met more of a
follow your
woman.
career when he wants
Well,
to
I
keep
don't even need to-
debating?
I don't need to talk
It's
about any
bizarre.
of this.
Then.
All right,
Let's talk
okay.
about the issue.
So,
the
Ethan, do you want to
CDC.
have a conversation, Ethan?
Let's talk
about the
about big
vaccine
tech.
because
Ethan, do you want to have a
Absolutely, I
conversation?
do.
You're going to hide.
You felt
Absolutely,
so
I do.
strongly about
Big tech.
So why are you hiding behind Sam Cedar?
Oh no, no, me and Sam are aligned. I'm not
with
him.
him.
He just
Well, you're just a
he knows the
liar.
issue.
So you're a
Ethan,
liar.
because remember we
You
said-
brought
hold on a
in
second,
somebody
hold on a
else to
second.
debate.
I mean, it
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, yeah.
feels like
It's
you guys are the ones
ridiculous.
who are hiding.
Really?
Ethan's
Hiding?
being
No, this is
completely open
actually
about it.
Who snuck in on you?
who's the guy who
Ethan's
never
being
appears
completely
on
open
stage,
about it.
never does a live show,
But is a
never
comic.
even never even allows a shadow of comedy to be perceived on his program. It's just hiding.
Right.
Everything we do is out in the open. H3.
Steven, you're wearing a
Yeah, we
holster.
agreed.
So what?
Hold on a second. Yeah? So? I want to normalize responsible gun ownership. Is that your debate? No wonder you had to bring in a hack for you.
wanna
Well,
call
no,
it a
you're talking
cock-
about
Well,
comedy.
that's
I
what
mean,
you
Great
did,
strategy.
Stephen.
That's
Right
not
it
very
for you.
funny.
You have a holster, bro.
Also, your
You have a
sponsor is
holster.
Spartans.
He takes advantage of mentally ill women for
Your
his
main
show.
sponsor
Just
is about
tell
gay
women.
boy
All right,
love.
okay.
All of it.
All right, Sam. You got it. You got it. I hope you have
No,
a
come
I
on.
hope
Hey,
you have a
Steven,
wonderful
if-
highlight reel.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Politicon.
Hold on, hold on.
Come
Let me
on,
just make
Steven.
one point.
Hope you enjoy Politicon.
Hold on,
Ethan.
let
We'll
me make
release the
one
private
point, Steven.
messages.
Take it easy.
All right,
don't
thanks,
bail.
guys.
No, you
I
don't
appreciate it.
Don't
It's
bail, you
adorable.
coward.
Hey, Sam, one thing before I go. One thing before I
If
go.
it's
Can you
about
take off your
issues,
glasses?
Stephen,
Hold on.
One thing before I go.
I
Can you
just
take
wanna
off your
see-
glasses?
we just wanna see if
I
there's
just want to
buttons.
see if you take them off. If you have the Velveteen Rabbit buttons. That's the only thing I'm curious
One-
about. It's the only interesting part about it.
Steven,
Or if
I-
there's a soul.
Let's
Just
debate.
take off the glasses.
Let's debate,
Steven,
Steven.
hide behind the
Don't
glasses,
be a
Sam.
coward.
Don't say
I
let's
will-
debate, Ethan. You've
I
lost
will
the
debate.
bullshit.
All right.
Debate
This
the
is
issues.
sad.
What
This
does
is
it matter
what
who
you
you
mean to
debate,
shut up.
coward?
All right, good. You guys are
Wow.
good. Thank you.
Coward.
Appreciate it. Won't even take off the
I
glasses.
was right.
All right, yeah,
We
you
knew
can
you
give me
Bye-bye.
the
run
X.
away.
This
You
is-
run away twice. Cold feet again.
Come on, Stephen.
Wow. Wow. Dude, I can't believe he admit to following.
He admitted that he followed the show last week.
We got him.
Admitted that he watched the show last
We
week.
got
went
him.
early.
Dude, we played him so hard because he literally was following. He saw that you went went live, dude. We fucking got him.
Oh my God, we fucking nailed him.
Holy shit. So do you want to respond to here? You want to throw him up, Dan? Yeah. Do you want to respond to anything he said now that he's not talking over you?
Well, I mean, look, he's obviously lying about the idea that he wouldn't want to do a debate with me because his audience wouldn't know. Here's a guy who literally tracked my show last week because he was afraid that this would happen. Here's a guy who claims to have watched, I don't know what it is he said he watched, but he's not worried about audience not knowing who he's debating because he sits down with random college